All right, let's dive deep into this pivotal moment for the New York Yankees as Aaron Boone shakes things up in the bullpen, a move that could redefine their entire season. After a stretch of struggle and inconsistency that has marked their August so far, Boone's decision to shift the closer role away from Devyn Williams and open it up to others signals a bold attempt to recalibrate the team's approach during a critical phase. This isn't just about swapping pitchers. It's about trying to ignite a spark in a bullpen that has been far from reliable and giving the Yankees a fighting chance to climb back into contention. Erik Bedner, fresh off a clutch 5-out save against the Texas Rangers where he struck out 5 batters, emerged as a leading candidate to take over the 9th-inning responsibilities. Acquired from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Bedner brings experience and a calm presence, something the Yankees desperately need as they navigate a season filled with highs and lows. Boone's willingness to lean on Bedner after such a performance is a testament to the trust he's placing in this new setup, hoping that the consistency Bedner has shown can translate into more wins. It's important to frame this decision within the larger context of the Yankees' recent struggles. The team has been treading water at best, sinking more than swimming through much of August, and barely eking out a win until that close 3-2 victory over the Rangers. This one wasn't just a scoreline. It was a much-needed breather for a team that had been floundering. And having Bedner close it out effectively is a sign that Boone is ready to experiment, to shake up roles and responsibilities in a bid to find the right mix before the playoff push. But it's not just Bedner in the picture. Boone is likely to cycle through several relievers, including Luke Weaver and Clay Holmes, looking for the hot hand. This isn't a situation where one pitcher will be handed the job permanently right away. Instead, Boone's approach seems to be one of exploration and flexibility, testing who can handle the pressure and deliver in the late innings. This kind of experimentation isn't surprising coming from Boone, who has shown throughout his managerial tenure that he's not afraid to try different combinations and strategies to maximize his bullpen's potential. The decision to move away from Devyn Williams, however, carries a heavy weight. Williams started the season as one of the Yankees' brightest bullpen stars, a closer with a proven track record who seemed poised to anchor the team's late-inning efforts. But this year has been a roller coaster for him. Once the shutdown pitcher the Yankees could rely on, Williams has hit a rough patch that eerily mirrors the struggles Clay Holmes faced a couple of years ago when he lost his closer role. For a player who came over in a trade from the Milwaukee Brewers with high expectations, this slump is a tough pill to swallow. Not just for him, but for the team and fans who had pinned hopes on his stability. Williams' numbers tell a tough story. A 5.44 earned run average over 47 appearances is a far cry from what the Yankees need from their closer. 17 saves and 55 strikeouts on the season show flashes of his former dominance, but overall, his performance has been disappointing. The mental side of pitching can't be underestimated here. Rumors swirling around trades and competition within the bullpen might have compounded the pressure Williams is feeling. When you combine the adjustment to the New York spotlight with a demanding fan base and the weight of playoff expectations, it's easy to see how things might unravel for a pitcher. Boone acknowledged this struggle openly, hinting that while he initially considered using Bedner in a 4-out save situation, he felt Williams might still have the swing-and-miss ability needed in critical moments. Unfortunately, that confidence didn't pan out as Williams gave up runs in a key game against the Rangers, a blow that underscored the ongoing issues he's facing. These moments have become more frequent, leaving the Yankees to wonder if Williams can regain his footing or if it's time to fully move on. In a season where momentum matters more than ever, Williams' inconsistency has mirrored the team's own struggles. When the Yankees are clicking, they can look like one of the most dominant forces in baseball, but when they slump, their performance can feel worse than some of the league's bottom feeders. That volatility has been frustrating to watch, especially in a month like August when every game feels like a step closer or farther from postseason hopes. Meanwhile, Bedner's solid outings offer a glimmer of hope. His stats with the Pirates: a 2-5 record with a 2.66 ERA and 17 saves, show that he has what it takes to handle pressure situations. Now, transitioning to the New York market with its intense spotlight will be his biggest test. Boone's faith in Bedner's ability to deliver in high-stakes moments reflects a desire to build a bullpen that can withstand the ups and downs of the season and help stabilize a pitching staff that desperately needs it. Amid all this, the pressure on the Yankees is mounting. They are not just fighting to make the playoffs. They are battling to catch up with teams like the Toronto Blue Jays and the Texas Rangers, who have been gaining ground. Losing streaks have piled up, and every game feels like a must-win. The pinch-hit home run by Paul Goldschmidt in the recent win against the Rangers was a huge boost, but one moment of success cannot erase the broader concerns about this team's trajectory. Voices from the baseball world haven't held back in their criticism. Analysts have pointed out Boone's visible uncertainty in key moments and the sense that the Yankee season is unraveling. Behind the scenes, there is talk about the numerous trades the team has made and how these moves have affected clubhouse chemistry and performance. This scrutiny only adds to the challenge Boone faces as he tries to steer this team back to form. The Bullpen Shuffle is the latest chapter in a season full of adjustments. Boone's plan to try out various relievers in the closer role reflects a search for answers. Players like Jake Bird, Luke Weaver, and others will get opportunities to prove themselves in pressure situations. Until Bedner can establish himself firmly in the role, Boone is likely to keep experimenting, hoping to identify a reliable closer who can bring stability to the late innings. What remains clear is that the Yankees need more than just flashes of brilliance. They need consistent execution and mental toughness from their bullpen if they want to remain competitive in the heated playoff race. The road ahead will be challenging, but with players like Bedner stepping up and Boone willing to adapt, there is still a chance for this team to turn things around. As the Yankees prepare for their upcoming series against the Houston Astros, all eyes will be on how the bullpen performs and whether Boone's gamble on shaking up the closer role pays off. The pressure to find answers is immense, but this move could mark the beginning of a new chapter for the Yankees' pitching staff and possibly for the team's entire season. The tension surrounding the New York Yankees bullpen has reached a fever pitch as Aaron Boone's recent decision to shuffle the closer role exposes the fragility of a team desperately seeking consistency. While David Bedner's clutch save offers a beacon of hope, the deeper issues facing this bullpen run much further than just one pitcher's performance. The reality is that the Yankees have been grappling with instability for much of the season, and Boone's strategy to experiment with various arms in the ninth inning reflects a broader attempt to find a sustainable formula in the heat of a playoff race that waits for no one. Devyn Williams' fall from grace is one of the more poignant storylines this year. Brought in with the expectation that he would be a steadfast presence, someone to complement Luke Weaver in the high-leverage innings, Williams' struggles have cast a long shadow over the team's late-game strategy. His early promise, characterized by moments of dominance and flashes of the closer who thrived in Milwaukee, has been overshadowed by a mounting series of poor outings and a rising earned run average that no closer can afford. The psychological weight of these failures seems to have compounded with each game, turning what should be a strength into a glaring weakness. It's a reminder that pitching, especially in New York, is as much a mental battle as it is physical. The bright lights of Yankee Stadium, the expectations of a demanding fan base, and the relentless media scrutiny create a pressure cooker environment where even the most seasoned veterans can falter. For Williams, this environment has exposed vulnerabilities that perhaps were latent but are now glaringly evident. The comparisons to Clay Holmes' decline are not just about statistics. They're about the sudden loss of confidence and the challenge of reclaiming a role once considered secure. Aaron Boone's comments reveal a manager caught between hope and pragmatism. His initial inclination to trust Williams in short save situations highlights the lingering belief in the closer's potential, but the swift reality check from recent performances forces Boone to reconsider. When Williams gave up key runs in a scoreless inning against the Rangers, it was a stark signal that the experiment might have run its course. Boone's openness to trying Bedner, Duvall, Weaver, and even Jake Bird in the ninth inning reflects a willingness to embrace uncertainty rather than cling to a faltering formula. This approach, however, is a double-edged sword. While experimenting allows Boone to uncover hidden gems and adapt to changing circumstances, it also sends a message of instability that can ripple through the clubhouse. A closer role is traditionally one of the most clearly defined positions on a team, a pitcher who embodies reliability and calm in pressure situations. When that role becomes a revolving door, it can undermine confidence not just in the bullpen, but across the entire pitching staff. Still, Boone's gamble is born from necessity, and the alternative, persisting with a struggling closer, seems even less viable. Bedner's performance offers some optimism, but transitioning to the New York stage is no small feat. The intense media spotlight and passionate fan expectations can weigh heavily on even the most seasoned players. Bedner's numbers with the Pirates were impressive, but now he faces the challenge of replicating that success under the bright lights and heightened pressure of Yankee Stadium. Boone's trust in Bedner, underscored by his decision to hand him the ball in critical moments, signals a vote of confidence that could pay dividends if Bedner can maintain his composure and effectiveness. Beyond the bullpen, the Yankees as a whole are in a precarious position. Their August woes, marked by losing streaks and lackluster performances, threatened to derail what had been an otherwise promising season. The narrow victory over the Rangers was a much-needed respite, with Paul Goldschmidt's pinch-hit home run standing out as a pivotal moment. Yet, individual heroics can only carry a team so far. For sustained success, the Yankees need to address fundamental issues, starting with their pitching staff's ability to close out games reliably. Critics have not held back in their assessment. Commentators have pointed to Boone's apparent confusion in high-pressure moments and the team's overall decline relative to division rivals like the Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Rangers. This chorus of doubt adds another layer of pressure on Boone and his players, amplifying the stakes of every decision and every pitch. In such an environment, managing a bullpen becomes a high-wire act, where the margin for error is razor-thin and the consequences immediate. Boone's response has been to embrace flexibility and experimentation, a strategy that, while risky, might be the Yankees' best hope. The bullpen arms acquired at the trade deadline, including Jake Bird and Luke Weaver, will all get opportunities to prove their worth in high-leverage situations. The goal is to identify who can handle the intensity of closing out games and who might be better suited to less pressurized innings. This process may be uncomfortable and fraught with growing pains, but it reflects a proactive approach to problem-solving rather than passivity in the face of adversity. As the Yankees look ahead to their upcoming series against the Houston Astros, the bullpen's performance will be under a microscope. Houston, known for its potent offense and strategic savvy, will test the Yankees' pitching depth like few teams can. Success in this series could serve as a turning point, instilling confidence in Boone's bullpen rotation and setting the tone for the stretch run. Failure, on the other hand, would only deepen the sense of urgency and highlight the stakes of every decision made in the coming weeks. What remains clear is that the Yankees are at crossroads. The choice between sticking with struggling veterans or giving opportunities to new faces will define not just the bullpen, but the team's overall identity moving forward. Boone's willingness to shake up roles and try new combinations shows a manager determined to adapt, but it also underscores the uncertainty clouding this Yankee season. In a sport where momentum is everything, the bullpen's ability to perform under pressure could very well determine the team's fate. In the end, the story of the Yankees' bullpen this season is a microcosm of the challenges facing the entire team: inconsistency, pressure, and the constant search for answers. Each outing becomes a chapter in an unfolding drama where heroes emerge and struggles persist. As fans and analysts watch with bated breath, one thing is certain: the next few weeks will be crucial in shaping not only who closes games, but whether this Yankees team can overcome its hurdles and make a meaningful push for the postseason. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. In a shocking development that has sent ripples through the baseball world, Bryce Harper reportedly turned down an opportunity to join the New York Yankees, igniting speculation about the future trajectory of one of the sport's most prominent figures. Sources close to the player suggest that Harper's decision was fueled not merely by financial considerations, but by deep-rooted concerns regarding the organization's leadership, which he apparently finds unreliable and inconsistent. This revelation has immediately fueled rumors within the league, as pundits and insiders debate whether Harper's rejection signals a broader commentary on the Yankees' internal culture or a personal stance reflecting his career priorities. Some analysts speculate that Harper, who has always been known for his outspoken personality and unwavering standards, may be leveraging his decision to send a message to other teams about the importance of trust and organizational integrity. While the Yankees front office has remained tight-lipped on the situation, insiders hint that negotiations were extensive and potentially lucrative, suggesting that Harper's refusal represents a rare case of principle outweighing immediate financial gain. Fans and commentators alike are now questioning what this move might mean for the Yankees' upcoming season, especially considering Harper's potential impact on both performance metrics and team morale. Speculation is rampant that other clubs might see this as an opportunity to swoop in, offering Harper a more transparent and trustworthy environment, thereby igniting what could become a high-stakes, behind-the-scenes bidding war that may redefine his career trajectory and the competitive landscape of Major League Baseball as a whole. The dynamics surrounding Bryce Harper's reported decision not to join the Yankees continue to dominate conversations among baseball insiders, and while the situation remains shrouded in uncertainty, the implications are already generating intense speculation. Analysts have begun exploring potential motivations behind Harper's publicized distrust of the organization's leadership, suggesting that past controversies, managerial decisions, or even recent trade policies could have contributed to his reluctance. Some industry insiders hint that Harper's hesitance might reflect a broader skepticism about long-term stability and strategic vision within the Yankees' hierarchy, raising questions about how the team approaches player management and organizational cohesion. Beyond the practical implications, the decision is also being framed as a strategic move on Harper's part, possibly intended to send a signal to other franchises regarding the standards he expects in terms of leadership, transparency, and decision-making processes. Rumors are circulating that certain teams in smaller markets, often perceived as more player-centric, might seize this moment to entice Harper with promises of autonomy, influence over club strategy, or guarantees of a supportive environment that aligns with his personal ethos. Moreover, commentators are speculating that Harper's stance could influence younger players who are evaluating the attractiveness of different organizations, potentially reshaping how athletes weigh organizational culture versus financial incentives. As the baseball world waits for any official statement, the narrative is evolving rapidly, fueled by insider chatter, speculative reporting, and fan theories, all of which suggest that Harper's decision could have far-reaching consequences not only for his career, but also for the perception of the Yankees brand, their negotiating strategies, and the overall balance of power in Major League Baseball. Sources close to the matter indicate that Bryce Harper's rejection of the Yankees might be rooted in a more nuanced calculus than mere distrust, encompassing a combination of personal values, career ambitions, and long-term strategic considerations that insiders say could redefine the landscape of elite player movement. Industry watchers speculate that Harper, who has consistently demonstrated a strong desire to influence the trajectory of his professional environment, may have perceived the Yankees' organizational approach as incompatible with his vision for personal and professional growth. The rumor mill suggests that Harper's advisors were actively weighing factors such as the club's historical handling of marquee players, media scrutiny, and management turnover, ultimately concluding that the risk outweighed the opportunity. Further speculation revolves around the potential ripple effects within the league, as other teams may now reassess their pursuit strategies, interpreting Harper's rejection as an indicator of how top-tier athletes evaluate organizational trustworthiness before committing. Additionally, whispers within baseball circles hint that Harper's decision might inspire other players to prioritize alignment with leadership culture over monetary incentives, thereby influencing contractual negotiations and future market dynamics. While no formal response has come from the Yankees front office, insiders hint that the organization may attempt to recalibrate its public image and internal processes in response to the public perception shaped by Harper's stance, sparking a series of high-stakes, behind-the-scenes conversations that could reverberate throughout the league. Fans, analysts, and commentators are now feverishly debating whether Harper's move represents a bold stand for integrity, a tactical negotiation maneuver, or a calculated gamble with potential consequences for both his career trajectory and the broader baseball ecosystem, leaving the sports world in suspense as every rumor is dissected, amplified, and speculated upon across multiple platforms. Speculation surrounding Bryce Harper's refusal to join the Yankees has also sparked conversations regarding the potential alternative destinations for the superstar, as insiders suggest that his decision opens doors for franchises willing to offer not just lucrative contracts, but environments imbued with trust, stability, and autonomy. Rumors indicate that several teams with perceived, strong organizational cultures are quietly assessing the feasibility of attracting Harper, weighing the impact of his star power against the structural adjustments necessary to accommodate his influence both on and off the field. Analysts are conjecturing about the strategic implications of such moves, suggesting that a team aligning with Harper's personal expectations could gain a competitive edge not only in terms of performance, but also in marketability and fan engagement. Some whispers hint that Harper might leverage this moment to negotiate conditions that extend beyond financial compensation, including a say in leadership decisions, player development programs, or media interactions, underscoring his reputation as a player unafraid to assert his priorities. Meanwhile, industry observers are considering the potential reaction of the Yankees, who may now face pressure to demonstrate responsiveness and adaptability in order to retain credibility among elite players and maintain their allure as a destination for talent. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.